Well, good day, Lionhearts. It's your old pal, Jordan the Lion. How are you all doing today? Great. As you can see from the sign behind me, we are in Dolly Parton's hometown of Sevierville, Tennessee. But we're not doing anything Dolly today. We're actually going to FLOYD GARRETT's Muscle Car Museum. That's right. I've had a Dodge Daytona Charger for my rental car for this trip. I've gotten all into this driving the Hemi. And since there's a great muscle car museum from an absolute legend, I wanted to check it out. So that's what we're doing today. Let's go. Daze with Jordan the Lion. It begins right now. Yeah, you can blame this guy for the reason we're doing this. Just got to check out some old muscle cars today. And I love this town. Your hometown in Smokies. All right, who am I kidding? I had to come by and see the Dolly Parton statue downtown. If we're here, I have to. There she is. Can't come and not see Dolly. Plus, look at all the beautiful holiday decorations out. Queen of Tennessee. Queen of country music. Still going strong. The #1 employer in this area. Gotta love her. Now let's head off to this muscle car museum. Who are these guys? All right, my friends, are you ready for 90+ muscle cars, including some pretty famous ones? I am. Can almost feel like you're going to a mansion when you go in. Right away, I see a Shelby Gt500. Take a look at that guy. Isn't that great? There's a lot of them here too. And then here we have a '67 Shelby Gt500, which is also what Jim Morrison used to drive. He had a blue one. No one really knows what happened to it either. And right next to it we have the '67 Fastback, Mustang Fastback. And here we have a Shelby Mustang, 2007. Take a look at that. It says it's a '61 Chevrolet Bubble Top. Came from the collection of Grant's classic cars. That's a great looking car, isn't it? Man, what a collection. Holy cow, these things are beautiful. Here we have an SS Camaro. Man, what a beautiful color. And then this one has a very similar color as well. So this one says it's a 1978 Corvette Pace Car. The Corvette was chosen to pace the Indianapolis 500 race. In 1978, after the race was trailered to Corpus Christi, Texas, it was placed inside a storage until 1981, and it was relocated to a museum in Nashville. It says it's a Dick Aaron's car, Mr. Gasket. Dick Aaron's racing engines. And that's kind of cool. They have a Chevelle back here being worked on in this little race shop setup. And of course that sign is for FLOYD GARRETT. This says this is a 1963 Corvette split window coupe. Interesting. Man, that's a beauty too, isn't it? That must be our split window right there, huh? And here we have a 1971 Challenger Convertible. Wow. That thing looks hot, doesn't it? And then we come down here, we have a '47 Dodge Coupe. And a couple of really drunk moonshiners hanging out with the cars. Oh, this is killer. It says 1944 Deluxe Coupe. When this new car hauled whiskey in Greenville, Tennessee, the miles are 12,200, actual 85 horsepower. Original paint. Yeah, this was a whiskey wagon. Isn't that beautiful? What a great car. And then here we have a red Dodge Charger. Wow. And here you can see this is a 1966 Corvette. That's a beauty. And there's an old Impala. She's real fine, my 409. Says that is a 1967 Ford Fairlane. Look at that. And here's a 1972 Buick Convertible. Man, these cars are beautiful. They just don't make them like this anymore. Not the body styles anyway. And here's a 68 Impala. This car is one of only 6 made, 1969 Biscayne. Wonder what the story is, why they only made so few. And then this is a super hooded Super Sport SS 427. And that is a 1966 Chevelle, number 1 of its series. Oh yeah, that's a great car. And then there's a yellow Dodge Charger RT. That's a great looking car. I love all the styles of these. And this one has a Hemi, signed Mr. Norm. That one is a 1970. So when they made the Dukes of Hazzard, they used a 69 primarily. So that would have been right before this one. I kind of like this one because I like that white stripe that goes around like that. Kind of like that style. And of course the sunroof. Can't beat a sunroof. Except with a convertible. Here we have a 1956 Buick. Oh yeah, that's a beauty also. Here we have a 442. Love that color also. As you can tell, this place is massive. However, I didn't see one of the cars I was thinking we were going to see. I had seen other people talk about online. They had the last car that Dale Earnhardt had done his last mile in the 90s. But I'm not seeing it here. But believe me, as you saw, there's plenty more to check out while you're here. Speaking of, there he is on the right. Now this is a 1979 Trans Am, and it's a 10th anniversary edition. With like a T-top, it looks like. T-tops. I kind of like that interior though. Silver leather. It's kind of cool. Now that is Herman Lewis's car. I ain't wrong, just different. It says Herman Lewis, Godfather AMC. 3 national events, 19 world records, won 10 of 12 matches, designed and ported his own aluminum heads, blocks, and intakes. Sadly missed by friends and family. There's his Hall of Fame induction. Honoree. Hooters Racing. There's his name with a bolt. It says this is a 1969 AMX 2-seater sports coupe. I like the design of that. That's pretty cool. And I kind of like that on there too. That little logo. And then this one is a 1970s AMX. And here's a 57 Thunderbird. And then here's Jolie Johnson's car. Chattanooga, Osh Charlie Speed Shop. Look at that. Kind of cool to see some real racing history here. And you can see up here it says 1957 Chevy race car. I've never seen that. That is a 1965 Sunbeam Tiger MK. Kind of a small car, but I like the interior. Oh, that is awesome. That is a Plymouth Roadrunner. When I was in high school, a friend of mine had one of those, but it was like not painted or anything. It was all pretty much rust colored. But man, could it fly. Speaking of Roadrunner, we'll walk by the soda shop here. And this one is Larry Davis race car. High riser. Says it's a 1964 Ford. And then kind of hidden back here we have a 1955 Thunderbird. Ford's first year for T-Birds. Kind of see a little bit more of it behind the gas pumps here. Here we have Tom Barnes Southern Cyclone. Actually, that might be Steve Hannell's car. I'm seeing his name on the side of it over here. I don't know much about this stuff, so Yeah, it must be Steve Hannell because this one's also Steve Hannell's Thunderbolt. You can see right there. It says that this is the Vanishing Point 2 movie car. They actually used 5 cars, but they said this was the #1 car for all the close-ups, and they said they used it for all the high-performance chases, but that the helicopter pilots were complaining that they couldn't keep up with the car in the helicopter. Isn't that cool? And it looks like they also have one of the beaters over here that they used for the jumping scenes and stuff. Because here they have a picture of it jumping, and you can see that's right there. Here we have a 1970 Plymouth GTX. Here we have a Galaxy 500. And here we have a 1968 Roadrunner with a Hemi. This kind of reminds me of Nash Bridges. This is a 1971 Cuda Convertible. Oh wow, I've never seen this before either. This is beautiful. I don't really like the color, but I like the style. It's a GTO Judge. Never even heard of that. Okay, so this one says this is a rare factory lightweight car. Included aluminum hood, aluminum inner and outer fenders, aluminum front and rear bumpers, special channel frame. Fewer than 200 Super Duty cars were manufactured in 1962. I like the interior. It's got like a kind of a cool gold steering wheel, and look at the interior stuff. Here we have a 1979 Trans Am. I really like the color on that. That's pretty cool with the light blue. Here we have a 1969 Pontiac Gto. Man, I like that stripe on there, that racing stripe. Also the Judge. This one's called the Black Magic Mopar. Original California car. Here we even have something a little bit more recent. This is a 1996 Viper. Those are great cars, aren't they? And this one is a 1970 Plymouth Cuda. 440 6-pack Cuda. It says this is an unrestored original 1971 Plymouth GTX. It was purchased from the original owner, and he kept it in a climate controlled storage. So that's about as pristine as you can get something like that nowadays. So here we have a 1969 and a half Roadrunner. White Roadrunner with a black hood. That's interesting. For lease, JD Hogg Realty. Jefferson Davis Hogg. Oh man, that thing is a beauty, isn't it? 1940 Mercury Convertible. Calls it the Afterglow. Look at that color. Man, that is a classic look, isn't it? Man, beautiful. I really love the look of that front end. Imagine that coming down the road looking at you. Then over here we have a 1970 Buick Gs. And this one's called the Going Bananas 1970 Challenger. Man, that is a good looking car as well. Earlier we saw that 70s Indianapolis pace car. This one's the 1982 Indianapolis 500 pace car. A 1955 Chrysler 300. Man, that is a good looking car also, isn't it? I always love these. Anything from the 50s, I'm pretty much up for the body style. I love it. And then this is a 1969 Camaro Z28. There must be a story to it. Look at the door. There must be a story to that. Now we have some sort of police car. 310 horsepower B4C Camaro. So check this out. This is number 1 of 1 of a 1965 Coupe Chevelle 300. Man, so one of one, so we definitely would not have seen this before. Definitely not. Man, that's kind of cool to see one of one only. So this was owned by a man named Fast Eddie Cantor, who was a race car driver in the late 50s and early 60s. And when he switched over to Chevelle as his car, he was able to get them to make this especially for him. Yeah, what a very cool place this has been to check out. Just for a little ambiance, I kind of like this art. It's a kid playing guitar in the mirror and he sees Elvis looking back, so it's Elvis, because you can see the family photo right up in there. And a pretty intense train display here as well. Well, I think that's going to do it for us today. This has been a lot of fun. Floyd Garrett's Muscle Car Museum. All right, my friends, we're gonna call it a day. I wanna thank Paula Gable Finnegan for becoming my newest Patreon. Thank you all for watching. If you're in Sevierville, Tennessee, near Pigeon Forge, stop on in and visit the Muscle Car Museum. Have a great night. We'll see you all next time. Goodbye.